In a small village nestled beneath the shadow of an ancient baobab tree, life moved slowly. The villagers believed that the great tree had stood for hundreds of years, watching over them silently, and held secrets deep within its roots. The village elder often shared tales of the baobab tree with the children. He said that long ago, the tree was planted by the ancestors and that it held a powerful secret that only a chosen one could uncover. Amma, a curious young girl, was fascinated by the elder's stories. She couldn't help but wonder what secret the tree held and why it had never been discovered. One afternoon, as Amma stood by the tree, she heard a faint whisper in the wind. It seemed to call her name. Startled, she looked around, but no one was there. A week later, the village was bustling with excitement as they prepared for the annual festival. The baobab tree stood at the center of the celebration, decorated with colorful ribbons. That night, Amma had a strange dream. In her dream, the baobab tree glowed with a golden light, and a voice whispered, "The time has come." The next morning, Amma went to the elder and told him about her dream. The elder looked concerned but said, "There are many mysteries about the tree, but perhaps you are meant to find the answer." Amma's curiosity grew, and she decided to explore the baobab tree herself. As she circled its massive trunk, she noticed something she had never seen before, a small door hidden in the roots. Near the door, Amma found an old, rusty key half buried in the ground. As she picked it up, the key began to glow softly. Trembling with excitement, Amma inserted the key into the door's lock. With a soft click, the door creaked open, revealing a dark tunnel leading into the tree. Amma hesitated for a moment before stepping into the tunnel. The air was cool, and the walls of the tunnel glowed faintly, guiding her deeper into the heart of the tree. At the end of the tunnel, Amma entered a large underground chamber. The walls were covered in ancient roots, and glowing stones lit up the space. Suddenly, a glowing figure appeared before Amma. It was the spirit of the baobab tree, a guardian who had been waiting for centuries for the right person to uncover its secret. The spirit revealed the secret of the baobab tree. Long ago, the village's ancestors had planted the tree to protect the land from drought and misfortune. The tree held the village's hopes and dreams within its roots. The spirit told Amma that she had been chosen to protect the baobab tree and its secret. It was her sacred duty to ensure the tree's magic remained strong for future generations. Amma, though overwhelmed, accepted the responsibility with a sense of pride. She realized that the future of her village depended on the baobab tree and its powerful secret. With the spirit's blessing, Amma returned to the surface. As she stepped out from the baobab tree, the sunlight felt warmer, and she knew that her journey was only just beginning. Amma decided that she couldn't tell the villagers everything. Some secrets were too powerful to reveal, but she shared enough to reassure them that the baobab tree was a symbol of hope and protection. The villagers trusted Amma completely. They felt comforted knowing that the tree and their village were in good hands. Her connection to the tree made her special in their eyes. Not long after, a great storm threatened the village. Amma knew this was her first test as the baobab tree's guardian. She stood at the base of the tree, ready to act. With her heart racing, Amma placed her hands on the trunk of the baobab tree. She called upon its ancient power to protect the village, and the tree responded. As the storm raged on, the baobab tree's magic formed an invisible shield around the village. The storm clouds parted, and the village was spared from destruction. The villagers gathered around the baobab tree, filled with gratitude for Amma's bravery and the tree's protection. They realized how special the tree truly was. As time passed, Amma's bond with the baobab tree grew stronger. She often sat beneath its branches, feeling its ancient wisdom flowing through her. The village elder approached Amma one day, proud of how she had embraced her new role. "You were chosen for a reason," he said, his eyes twinkling with pride. One night, Amma had another vision. This time, she saw the village thriving, with the Baobab tree standing strong for generations to come, protecting the village as it always had. Omar's legacy as the Baobab tree's guardian had begun. The villagers held her in high regard, knowing that the tree and their future were in safe hands. Every now and then, Omar would hear the faint whisper of the Baobab tree in the wind. It reminded her that she was never alone and that the tree's magic was always with her. With the tree's magic restored and Omar as its guardian, the village entered a time of peace and prosperity. The crops flourished, and the villagers lived in harmony. Omar stood by the Baobab tree, looking out over her village as the sun set. She knew that as long as the tree stood, the village's future would always be bright.